Right now in studio we have Gerry, Quinn and John Burke, Managing Directors of the Fiddle Bow Collection, because big news during the week was that they've acquired the iconic Hydro Hotel, a 113-room property in one of Ireland's key tourism destinations up in Lisdoonvarna. The hotel, of course, a well-known fixture for a long, long time in the town with a strong reputation, that was built under the stewardship of Marcus White and indeed the whole White family, to whom the group has acknowledged in its appreciation for a smooth and collaborative transition. The two lads with me here in studio. Thanks for taking the time, John and Gerry. John, I'll start with yourself. A busy time, no doubt. Tell us how this move came about.
The Hydro Marcus, as you mentioned, it was a great and smooth transition with Marcus, and first off, huge credit to him in how this hotel presented itself when we first went to view it. It was on the market, and we went up. Our expectations were limited enough as to what it might be like. We knew it had been used for emergency accommodation and it had been vacant for a little while. And when we went up, you could just see how cared for and how loved the hotel was. It was absolutely pristine from top to bottom, just maintained to the highest possible standards. We were kind of ashamed of ourselves when we got home, but we were really impressed with what we saw. It was, and I suppose it really sparked some excitement. We're Gerry runs the business. It's Fiddle Bow in Doolin, and he's built a great business and a great customer base there. And we can see the demand just in the road, just a few kilometres in the road. There's this huge demand in Doolin, and then there's this beautiful property that we looked at, 113 rooms, and I suppose we just believe that there is a potential now. At the same time, we're absolutely, nervous and worried and all these type of things that you'd expect to have entering into a business like that and a scale like that. But we've huge belief. It's a beautiful building. It's great history. It's got some amazing features. A beautiful lobby, a lovely old staircase, bar that's in great shape. It's immaculately maintained. It's on the doorstep of some of the greatest tourist attractions in Ireland. So when we saw it and we saw the fundamentals of the building were there, we just got very excited that, look, let's try and see, can we make a go of this? And I suppose a bit of business planning, a couple of meetings, and we decided to try to pursue it, and we managed to get it across the line just in the last couple of weeks. And for anybody that's familiar with it, those rooms at the back of the hotel have a great view of the St. Brickens football field, so if there are QC Cup games on during the springtime, you'll have a front row seat for that as well. Gerry, as John was saying there, like an exciting time, a worrying time, I suppose worrying not in the traditional sense of the word, but having had the experience in Doolin and seeing what was there, was that prior experience something that kind of made you bull on to take it another little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've always been looking for opportunities to expand our offer in Doolin. So that included, I suppose, the possibility of building another 20 bedrooms in Doolin. But then when you're looking at the cost of actual building, and it's nearly 300k per key now to build on a hotel. So to build on a hotel bedroom. So when we saw the opportunity only 5 kilometres away of the Hydro Hotel, with its amazing history and with the infrastructure that it has, it's a really good looking building. And just, I suppose, just the potential that it had, and it has the right scale as well, 110 bedrooms as well, is in North Clare, which we believe in a big way, both myself and John. You've the Cliffs of Moher, you have Iron Islands, you have Pound na Brone, you have there's just so many things to see and do. The Burn, you're in the heart of the Burn, Fanor Beach. So there's just so many things to do up there. So for families and people visiting the region, Lisdoonvarna is a perfect base to come and discover all these great things. We're also really excited to be working with all the local businesses that are up there as well. You've Peter Curtin, Brigitte and Burn Smokehouse. You've Common Knowledge. The amazing things that they're doing. A guy called Conor Burke and the Gentian Press, and just so many different businesses up there doing great things. So we're excited to jump in and put our energy behind the town and jump in and row the boat for Lisdoonvarna.
And I suppose September will do no harm either.
Oh yeah, we're excited. Lisdoonvarna in September is it's just a magic festival that goes back so many years. So we're looking forward to just trying to get this year. I suppose we got the keys probably last week, so we're kind of are excited to just get in and let things flow this year and get it open and get people coming back around the place, get people used to the building again. I suppose we need to get used to the building as well. So it's so we're open this year on a pre-opening basis. So we're very excited to just get bands and get a bit of energy back and get people visiting Lisdoonvarna and visiting us hopefully.
Yeah, is there a particular, I know this will, John, obviously be just as Gerry was saying there, a year to reopen and get used to the place again, but is there a vision in mind of what it could be when you've kind of put everything into it?
Yeah, this, as you said, this year is we're a little bit late getting in there. This year is going to be a difficult season. Like it's going to be challenging, but we're using this year to try to build for next year. Frank Minogue, who was GM in the Armada for 15 and a half years, has taken it on as general manager. He's bringing incredible talent and experience and knowledge to the hotel. So we're delighted to have him on board with the existing team that were there. But this year is getting our heads around it, do a phased opening. I suppose try to manage expectations. We want to do it very well, but it's going to take time to get there. Everything that's made is going to be invested back into it for the next 5 years. Because it is going to take that restyling that I suppose Gerry has overseen in Fiddle Bow that has really worked well for there. So we want it to be a place for the community as well. We want people to be able to drop in and experience it and have it as a facility that they feel is part of the community. So that's going to be something we have to work on. I suppose the long-term vision, Gerry, it might be good to describe how you feel that's going to shape out.
Yeah, no, we're really excited for the long-term vision. It has a huge history. It dates back to the 1850s, I think around 1875, originally Queen's Hotel. So we're just hoping to reimagine that. Like we're not creating, we're just reinventing what's already there, bringing it back to what it should be. So it's like 110 bedrooms in the heart of the town, the spa wells across the road. That's an exciting project as well. We're hoping to maybe lend a bit of energy to that too and work with all the. We're trying to work with the council as well in terms of, you've the likes of Gordon Daly and Jason Murphy. They're a new energy in Clare as well. That's the county manager, and we're also hoping to with Joe Gerry as well. Like Joe's a great guy. He's always been beating the drum of Lisdoonvarna in a massive way. So we're hoping to put our energy behind him as well.
We feel like there's before we proceeded with the purchase of it, there was a good bit of research done in the background, and there's huge momentum starting to build for Lisdoonvarna. That was outside of the condition of the property and how well Marcus had maintained it. It was the momentum that's starting to build in Lisdoonvarna. I suppose there is the sense that Lisdoonvarna played its part when there was emergency accommodation needed, and it played its part, and now is the time to give back to Lisdoonvarna and support the town. It has so much going for it, but it was already struggling a bit compared to lots of North Clare for tourism, and then obviously it played a huge part in the emergency accommodation. So now it's really on the back foot. But the sense of momentum that we got from the people that Gerry has mentioned, and Joe Gerry has just been phenomenal. Like if there was any one person that gave us confidence in this project, it has been Joe Gerry and his energy for the project. Lisdoon Fáilte are really ambitious, and they're look, we've huge belief that something can happen at the Spa Wells. We'll do whatever we've to do along the way to encourage and support that. It would be amazing to see that open again. They've been closed for a good number of years, but the way society has moved, they're actually very much on trend again. Something that had probably felt dated and off trend. Cold water therapies, hot therapies. We see them popping up at every beach all around the coast of Clare. Like there's no place. This is the original home of that in County Clare, and it's an amazing. We walk down around there. It's such a beautiful place with the rivers and the trees and the calmness. There's just so much potential. Grafton architect Shelley McNamara is doing a huge project in Lisdoonvarna in the square. There's public realm works happening all over the town. A number of businesses back open again. Like the Wild Honey Inn has just opened again, and Sleep Zone Hostel is opening. So we just get the sense that there's a momentum building. The places that are reopening, the great businesses that were already there. Decent investment. If we can get good investment behind brand Lisdoonvarna. I suppose the one big ask is good investment behind brand Lisdoonvarna from Fáilte Ireland, Clare County Council, or whatever departments. Joe's much more familiar with these than we are. We understand the hotel side of things, but the political side of things is different. But if there could be an investment in brand Lisdoonvarna, it would reap rewards for County Clare. We know, and you hear all the time, people are going to the Cliffs of Moher and they're not stopping and they're not staying in Clare, and Lisdoonvarna can be the key to unlock that. There's hundreds of rooms in Lisdoonvarna that can deliver more and more to Clare and to tourism and to jobs. And I suppose for the first year there could be, how many jobs there? There'll be 50 jobs for this year, up to 80 next year, and it could grow to, to any number. There's 220 in the Armada at the minute. There's nothing stopping the hydro to be that in 5 or 10 years time, but it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of people working together.
And you mentioned music and entertainment. That's a huge part of the hotel. I think we all might have frequented the nightclub that was there at one stage as well. Not quite sure will you go back to those days, but there certainly is, there's room for it, shall we say.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, we're really excited to bring back the energy there. And we're going to open the nightclub anyway again in September, and I think we're just going to enjoy it, have a bit of crack with it. And I think it's so badly needed, a place to go and enjoy yourselves, like matchmaking, human connection, all that is so badly needed. So it's we're excited. We'll have some fresh slants on it in time, but this year we're going to just get it open and see what it feels like and go for it.
Brilliant.
Have you told Frank Minogue that he's opening a nightclub in Lisdoonvarna?
We have an exclusive for you, Frank, if you're listening.
He's just got the news now.
But so we're like, in terms of like the value of when hotel assets open in towns, like the spillover is huge. Like for every euro they spend in a hotel, they spend a euro in the wider community. So like they'll be spending in the restaurants, they're spending in the shops. So like I think we hope it's going to be a real, it's going to help change things and move things along, and we're excited to work with anybody that's positive and wants to move things along. We're delighted to jump in and get behind them.
Yeah, a pint in the Hydro and a breakfast roll the following morning.
Absolutely.
Somewhere. And speaking of breakfast rolls, one of the finest you'll get, and he's just sent us in a text here, and just want to get to it. Best wishes to John and Gerry, and congratulations from all the Garrihys, and that comes from the man at the Ardenview service station, Mr. Donny Garry himself, that's listening in this morning. He tells me he's the only shop in the country that's open 8 days a week. And he believes it. He absolutely believes it. So
what a great guy. Donny's a great guy. Like, even from coming into working in Doolin, like just really positive guy, and a guy that's given back a lot to his community, and still is.
And just a final word on that, John, like obviously people know you from the Armada, you've the Hotel Doolin and Fiddle Bow and all that goes with it. That kind of interconnectivity it's a positive start for the Hydro already, because there is a network there from which to build off.
Absolutely. Through the Armada and Fiddle Bow, I suppose there is a basis, and we see the benefit of Fiddle Bow potentially, creating a link. There's a demand in Doolin for rooms. Doolin can't satisfy those rooms, so the demand that's there for a lot of the seasons. So we hope to spin off from that, and look, likewise in the Armada there is a demand there. There is key peak periods there where we hope that we can kind of create a bit of spin off. But it's a long way to go. We have at this point in time we have 0 bookings in, opening in a number of weeks. So it's going to be a pressure. It's going to be a challenging road ahead. But honestly, I think we're both like the amount of times we questioned ourselves as we're going through the bidding process and everything else. We questioned ourselves. We came back to the fundamentals. Like Lisdoonvarna is a great town. It's in a great location, a great hotel there, great property, well maintained. So I suppose hopefully with time the Hydro can deliver and do a great job for that community.
Yeah, I think if anybody that knows any projects that have been championed by yourself and Gerry in terms of success, that has been the story of it. Gerry and John, let's the best of luck with it, continued success, and please God in 12 months time we'll be back reflecting on a very, very successful first year.
Great, thank you very much, Derrick.